What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is Hexen, presenting you with some more Witchfire. Got another build video for you here today, and this one is not as rigid as a lot of the other ones are. This is kind of more of a middle of the road, not as roll heavy as a lot of my other ones have been. But here we go. All-Seeing Eye is the primary, Judgement is the secondary, Falling Star is the demonic, Morning Star is melee, Stigma Diabolicum is light spell, Miasma is the heavy spell, Book of Serpents for the relic, Mandrake for the fetish, and the Ring of Excreta for the ring. Also running, mimicking from our last build, the Conjurer Incense. Same thing with the Rosary, mimicking a lot of the spell casting abilities and build. Free Arcana Bead has been put on there just to give me the best possible option when it comes to prophecies and arcanas. Arcana as well is a little bit of a mix-up. It leans into specific elements of the build, but is not really a cohesive design. It is not all into spell casting, not all into weapons. It's a little bit of a mix, and uses spell castings here, more health there, a little bit more stamina, and I play with the tree in a way that lets... I guess you don't need to, seeing as how I run the Free Arcana Bead, but I generally stack up my prophecies in a way where, dude, that guy got smushed. His knees just buckled out from underneath him. Get down on the ground. You get down on the ground. My Morning Star says, get, you get. But I expect my prophecies to where most of the time the prophecy before it is somehow helping the prophecy after it. Like it'll unveil more prophecies, or it'll force the next prophecy to unveil all three arcana instead of just one or two. Stuff like that. But again, like I said, running the Arcana Bead, you can just unlock any of the locked out arcanas with feathers. You don't need the feathers, you can just unlock them, see what's behind them, and then pick the best one for your build. The All-Seeing Eye as the primary weapon. I have not got a chance to run this gun since I have watched Blabonsky's review on it, and he pretty much shit on the gun hardcore. They have probably fixed it since then. They have probably tinkered with it, adjusted its levels and stats and numbers. But when it comes to low tier enemies, or a lot of the fodder, it's great for crowd control, and less so for single target damage. That's why the other pieces of kit are in your repertoire outside of the All-Seeing Eye, is to deal with the big enemies. Most of the rest of the kit is designed around handling larger enemies or bigger HP enemies, like the Demasher here. You can see I use the rifle a little bit here and there, but most of the time it comes down to that Judgement shotgun to inflict those massive damages, to inflict those stun chances. The Judgement has a very high stun chance. I think it's the highest stun chance of any of the shotguns in the game, and it is one of my favorite shotguns. Don't know if it's my favorite. It's between this one and the Tribunal, I think, but all the shotguns are great. Psycho Pump being my least favorite, Echo being up there as well. Hard for me to actually pick a favorite, but Judgement I like because it's so versatile. You can lean it into a lot of different builds, and it's a great secondary weapon as a backup, because I'm pretty sure you can still do three. Uncharged full shots still deliver fire. Biff him! Biff him in the face! Biff him in his cancer balls. You put the cancer balls on there, you might as well biff him. And one of the neat things about this battle is that he has to take the steps. You know, you are svelte and skinny, and you can eat anything you want as the prayer, but if this guy eats a Cheerio, he gains like 50 pounds. So he has to get his steps in. He has to use the steps. He cannot jump off of this elevated piece or the throne piece here. The only time he jumps off of that is in the beginning cinematic intro. Haha, beat you to it, punk. So, All-Seeing Eye is really used more as a crowd control weapon, and it is amazing at a crowd control weapon. Probably one of the best weapons in the game when it comes to crowd control, as long as the enemies are staying grouped up together. This right here, I don't know what is happening. I'm clearly looking right at the warden, trying to shoot at the warden, but my shots are curving off to the side like I'm looking at some other enemy. I'm not sure what interaction is going on there. If any of the devs watch my garbage videos, might be something to look into. I don't know. But it seemed kind of odd. They're just trying to go for this guy, I think. He was trying to hit some other weakling off of my ADS vision, and I don't know why. The other pieces of your kit, Ring of Extrata used more as an escape tactic and less as an aggressive, like, saturation bombing campaign, and more as a retreat. Here's my fart as I run away kind of thing. Delicious coffee. Book of Serpents. Most of the kit is spec'd for Decay. Almost everything in your arsenal leans into Decay in some way. The shotgun, the rifle, the ring, the fetish, or excuse me, the relic, all lean into Decay. Your Stigma Diabolicum, your Miasma heavy spell, everything is Decay. And I thought, if you're leaning into the Huntsman role or being a Blight Lord, then you need to lean into that Blight. I also think Blight Cyst and Stigma Diabolicum should have their names reversed. I don't know why. It just, I always think of one as the other. I always think Stigma Diabolicum are Blight Cysts because I'm putting those cysts on the enemies. But, oh, look at that, he juked me out. What a piece of trash. Fucking loser. And then this guy tries to come up. Hey, what's up? You want to play some cards? I think this is the last camp that I have to clear before getting to the vault and the rest of the match. Again, great demonstration of the All-Seeing Eye taking out both opponents while only doing damage to one. Because of that eye effect, you're able to inflict that bullet's damage on way more than one opponent. Sometimes 8, 9, 10 opponents at once get caught up in that eye, and you're inflicting damage on all of them with a single shot. Great crowd control weapon. Fantastic. Like I said, does not do well when it comes to single target, but again, that's why you have your backup, your Judgement shotgun as your secondary, and you also have your Morning Star or your Falling Star as your demonic, which I tend to only use against wardens and madness orbs after they start appearing on the map. So, the concept. What was I thinking going for Blight Lord or the Huntsman? Obviously, you need Decay in the build, but I treated Stigma Diabolicum more as like the hound dog. Like, once I have your scent, I'm tracking on you, you're mine, you're not going to get away. Look at Miasma more as like a scent generator, you know, like bring all the bears and the deer over here so I can shoot them from my tree stand kind of thing. But it's a little bit less cohesive than I think a lot of the builds I've created have been. I still need to do, you know, Ice Lord, Fire Lord. This was going to be my Lord of Decay or Decay Lord, but Huntsman goes with it a little bit better, I believe. And Lord of Decay, how can you not use the Rotweaver? So Lord of Decay, I think I'm going to save for the Rotweaver and use the Rotweaver in that build. But a great all-around kit, a great all-arounder, and will really let you tackle any obstacle that the game throws at you. There really isn't an enemy that causes you to backtrack or move in reverse or retreat. Mostly you can reposition with the Ring of Excreta, stun with the bomb that it leaves, and re-engage again without falling back. So it's a very versatile, middle-of-the-road, able to handle anything the game throws at you, but it's not really a glass cannon type of build. I do like those type of builds where you're playing on the razor's edge a lot of the time, but this one is kind of more of a generalized, this is why I've selected this for this encounter, this is why I've selected this for that encounter. So it's less of a cohesive package and more a stylized repertoire of certain scenarios that you're using the kit for inside of whatever run on whatever map you're running. But still very powerful. Very, very powerful. Even without a leaned into synergy or a magic synergy. Mostly it's all about Decay and pushing Decay to its maximum potential. And that's mostly done with the rosary beads. Again, I've showcased this in another video. Using Miasma as the heavy spell in this fight trivializes this fight. It absolutely destroys all of their minions and makes them vulnerable super quick. Super quick. Plus, it just looks cool. I like them. Miasma is probably my favorite heavy spell, I think, out of all of them. It's a very neat looking heavy spell. I like the mechanics. I like how you can extend it with hits to the incense burner. Woo, 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 woo! Woo! Do have to use your healing elixirs sometimes. That was one of the times. I got a little bit too greedy, jumped in, wanted to get that priest, and I paid for it dearly. Almost died. Almost died. But you can see just how simple the fight ends up being. All the minions are dead. You don't have to worry about the minions. Their power goes out very quickly. Their conjurings are sapped so fast because you're killing them so quick that their shields disappear very quickly as well, and you're able to make this fight a very quick one. That Judgement, look how much damage just chugged off with every shot. Such a great shotgun. Such a great shotgun. And of course, you did see that I kicked off the Calamity while I was in there. I had to leave. Had to leave the Galleon in here because it's so rare. I never see this Calamity anymore. But it's such a cool one, man. Fucking boat. It's so cool. I'm not sure the pathing is quite right. I do think that it should have preordained paths that it travels along, only on the perimeters of the map. I don't know what routes the astronauts have given the ship to take, but like right there you can see it's obviously screwing around with some of the geometry of the map, not respecting it, you might say. But it is such a cool Calamity. It is such a cool event to kick off. What a neat enemy. What an amazing experience to play against, especially for the first time. And it's so rare. You don't get to see it too often, so I thought I would go ahead and include it for the end of the video. Anyways, my name is Hexton. I thank you as always for watching. I hope you learned something, maybe got a laugh or two, and I will see you with the next video. Take care.